Broo, you know this man, my partner, Mike Gallaway, and tonight, one of the all-time U.S. Hot Rod Truck Pull champion with the now seemingly mythical Mike Gallaway. And we're ready for the battle of the monster trucks, and also a demonstration deluxe by none other than Mike Gallaway of how a monster truck is driven. Mike will give us a first-hand look, but first, we'll go trackside for all the action. Mike, what's on the menu tonight?
Well, we're going to do 3 different things. We got a freestyle competition. That'll come first. Then we've got a timed event. And then we've got a jumping contest. So a lot of exciting things coming up.
This is Bearfoot.
Here he comes. Look out.
Oh.
Working it over, isn't he?
Really is a light truck by weight in monster truck.
Oh, yeah. He can do anything in this segment. He's got about a minute and a half to do anything he wants to do. It's freestyle. You go out there and feel it out yourself. No rules, nothing. Warming it up.
You know, it's interesting. Fred Shafer wants us to make sure that we say he's from Pontoon Beach, Illinois, not Granite City. He's in the mayor of Pontoon Beach.
The mayor's here somewhere here tonight.
I'm very proud of Fred.
Now, Fred, this truck is so innovative. It's stretched 10 inches. That's what has happened. What? He's got the steering problem. Uh-oh. Big steering problem. Nothing's working. Watch that steering wheel. Shutting it off. Unbuckled.
This is not good.
No, it is not good. But look at the tires. They're split up, and now they go underneath. There's steering problems, no doubt. They're underneath it.
This is not good.
No, this will be a crushing blow to Fred. And Ken, on the steering, when you break the steering on one of these things, it's usually not a situation that you can repair immediately. Now, there's... Oh, wait a minute. It may be. It may be. That looked like a belt he pulled out. Okay, he just said, I've got some out in my hauler. Go get it.
Mike, I think we'll see where it went bad for Fred Shafer right here.
Well, front end working up in the air, really climbing high, working hard. Now, whipping around, watch the steering wheel up on top. His hands.
Off the car.
He's still got steering right now. Right now, see him cut the wheels, the tires respond, everything's working. Now watch inside. That's the key to the situation. Brings it back around, and he's still okay, but he's in a straight line. I think right in here is when the steering goes on it. Watch him.
See this fishtail in the back?
See, he's got the rear tires cut, and he wants to cut the front, but they're not responding. They're not beckoning his call. He immediately knows what's happened. Look at those rear tires, how short he's got them cut, and he's saving it from going into the wall.
Yeah.
The front end, well, it just won't steer at all.
Well, here comes the legend. Here is Bigfoot. And this is his little freestyle part of the show. Jim Kramer. We all know he is a driver deluxe, and we know the owner is Bob Chandler.
Well, last night in this competition, it's so hot and heavy. Kramer put a tremendous jump on, destroyed the front end. I mean, wiped it out. At 5 o'clock this morning, they unloaded this truck at their Bigfoot shop in Hazelwood.
Not too far from here.
Bob Powell Freeman, Roy Hoosier, and Jay Deisman were at that shop at 5 a.m. and put this truck together so it could do this.
Oh, man! Oh, man!
And that is not as easy as it looks.
Boy, you know, and we're going to see you inside this in just a little bit.
Look, there is the kill switch. That man has it all in his hand.
We're going to see you inside this in just a bit, and you can attest that when you land, it is not a soft landing.
No, it's so tougher than you ever thought.
There is Bigfoot, Bearfoot behind him,
Yeah, see him back in the
undergoing
back.
repairs.
Trying to repair that truck.
Here comes
Kramer will play the crowd for everything he's worth. Look!
Oh, man!
Woo!
A leap farther than before, and Kramer is not done yet.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He's just getting warmed up, you might say. He knows this truck. He is this truck.
Perhaps now a flying start over the 8 relics at center track.
Little walk. Now punch the throttle.
Plenty of air that time, too.
He's playing with it. He's actually playing with it.
These trucks are so powerful, you have to respect what they can do, because if you don't, you could seriously damage the truck and injure yourself.
Oh, and it'd take a heartbeat. That's all it'd take. But the best part about it, this truck with the kill switch, the remote radio can shut you down. That is what makes, well, that's the only reason I would ever get in it, because I think it's safe.
So now this is a running start, Mike?
Now this will be a standing start. They'll go down, make a loop, and over the cars, the one that does it the quickest is the winner. Jumps on it hard, makes it around the cone. Tight turn, tight, uh-oh. Kramer, what are you going to do? Uh-oh, whoa, drive it out. Get on the brakes.
That is one whale of an effort.
Well, see, he was in trouble, but you've got to get on that throttle. If you get in trouble, you've got to nail the throttle.
Now, if he didn't nail the throttle, he would have been a gunner.
He would have rolled over.
Yeah.
But if you stay on the gas, it'll pull you out of it. The front tires will pull you out of any kind of a bind you get into. When I got the truck earlier this afternoon, that was the main thing that Jim stressed to me.
I can't wait to see this.
When you're in a bind, nail the throttle. Let's watch. Start is good. Start is excellent. Goes down, but he doesn't get the tight turn. This truck doesn't turn all that tight anyway. But he slings it, he tries to bring it around. It won't do it. He's way off course, but he goes on and goes to the cars. Now, when that happens, he's got 2 on, 2 off. Here, leaning hard to the right. Nail the throttle. The front end comes up, back on the throttle. Settle the truck down and get on those brakes before you get to the end.
Boy, that's very delicate, the time he
Touchy.
comes off the cars, and he has to be full throttle till he hits the brakes to avoid some sort of an accident at the other end.
He could not come off the throttle and off the cars at the same time. He had to stay on it. Now, this is a visual check. They do this after every run. They go over this truck. They're trying to find out if anything
Any parts broken?
is broken.
Check the tires, I would think.
They look at the
Make sure
tires.
no
They look at
cuts.
the plumbing on the steering. They look at the shocks. They look at the brace supports. I would say he's
His truck looks
called
okay.
back in. The truck is in good shape.
Go in and change the cassette tape, maybe put on a little Fleetwood Mac.
I don't think that's what he had in mind. I checked it out earlier. The AC is not what you'd want. And the stereo, it breaks up a little bit in midair.
Bigfoot putting on a show tonight in St. Louis. Drive the monster trucks and you think, well, it looks pretty easy, like taking the old pickup down to the corner store for a loaf of bread. It is a lot more difficult than that. Our Mike Gallaway had a chance to talk to Jim Kramer about what it feels like to drive a monster truck.
Jim Kramer, if I was going to drive Bigfoot, what would I have to have?
Well, Mike, you need a couple of different items. First of all, let me show you. You'd want to have a kidney belt because of the bounce you take in the truck. First of all, you put that on and lap it up real tight.
That doesn't look very stout. Will that do the job?
Oh, it sure will. Now, next
What's
thing
this?
you need is a circle collar here around your neck.
Okay.
Put that up, tighten it up.
Now, what's this for?
Just keep the whiplash.
When you
You
land?
hit the car, see, the truck is going up, and it throws your neck back. Of
Yeah.
course, you got the forward motion, so it gives you a whiplash effect.
Yeah.
Now, this is actually a brace or a helmet support. You put that on, put the helmet on top, helmet rests on that, and it'll help your head support the way that helmet
Now, is this a good helmet? Because I want a good helmet.
Mike, this is my helmet. It's the best. It's Kevlar. Simpson makes it. It's very light. We like them because they're very lightweight. And because of the extreme whiplash we have, we go to an extra lightweight helmet.
Okay, you've talked me into doing this. What do? I'm in the truck, and let's say we're started towards the cars. What's my first move?
First of all, you line up straight. That's right. You go approach the cars at a walk speed.
Just like I'd walk down the street.
That's right. All right, you concentrate, okay? Because
Okay.
everything's going to happen fast.
Okay.
Come up to the cars, a foot away from the cars, burp the throttle. I mean burp, I mean about a quarter throttle.
Just touch it and get off of it.
That's going to throw the front end up,
Okay.
all right? You'll momentarily come off the throttle. The front end starts to come down.
Do I mash it again?
Almost immediately, the back tires are approaching the cars.
Okay.
A foot before the back tires hit the cars, you burp that throttle again. That way there you'll build momentum, and the truck will actually throw itself on top of the cars. And all you have to do is hang on and drive off the other side.
Wait. All you have to do is what? Hang on?
Yes, because while all this is going on, you're going to be jostled around and everything else. You'll be using all this fine equipment.
No, wait a minute. You told me that this was real easy.
Easier than falling off a log. The only thing you're doing is climbing something. You're not falling off.
We'll take a look.
Well, lo and behold, not only is Mike Gallaway talking to Jim Kramer, he has some way convinced Kramer and Bob Chandler to let him loose in Bigfoot. Now, Mike, how did you arrange that?
A lot of talking has been going on for years. Right here, you're rolling back. I've got it neutral.
Wait a minute, it's taken you years to convince him to do this?
Convince me to do
Oh,
it.
convince you, okay.
Got it neutral. I put it up in drive. Put it in four-wheel drive. I'm easing it forward and flip it into four-wheel drive. It's in two-wheel drive now. I let it roll. It's just at a walking pace. I'm leaning out the window. I'm gauging myself, lining it up. Now, nail the throttle. Front end's up. Hit it again.
Oh.
Right on top. Bounce. And off the other side.
Now, you're moving around inside that cab.
It's great. It's entirely different than you could ever imagine. You get bounced around from the waist up. That's where you're taking the beating. You're pretty well strapped in. You got all your equipment on, but from the waist up, you're being chasseled around a whole lot inside that cab. You got to think. I mean, you got to really put yourself to the test and think about what's going on all the time. I mean, you got to have it on your mind. This is so much horsepower, and so many things can happen. I've watched it for years. This is my first trip, and it was great.
Well, you look like a pro. Could you feel the sensation of weightlessness when you went over the cars?
It didn't last that long. It did not last that long. I mean, it was just a heartbeat, and Jim had gone over with me what to do, when to get on the throttle, and here's old shaky legs crawling out of the truck.
Go down here, Mike. How'd it feel to drive a monster truck?
It's wild. It's exciting. It's unbelievable. When you're coming up to the cars, just like you said earlier, everything happens so fast. I mean, it's just instantaneous. I had to have the back bumper dragging the ground. I mean,
Mike, I want
Okay.
you to realize that you have passed monster truck A, okay? But the back bumper was not touching the ground. You used about probably 1/8 the potential of this truck. So you got a long way to go, but I think you can make it.
I feel pretty safe. You did have the kill switch.
Yes, sir. I had a killer button right here.
So you would have, if any problems, you could have taken care of it.
I could have killed you from a half mile away.
I like it, and it's a lot of fun. I don't want to do it for a living. You're safe with me.
Just when I thought I saw potential there for a good co-driver, too, you're going to back out on me.
Yeah, my legs can't stand it. They're shaking real bad.
Here's what it looks like inside the cab, and you're going to see Mike do a little bit of bouncing.
Well, a whole lot of bouncing, Ken, and you got to look at it this way. This is not a big-time, long-distance, high-air velocity jump. This is kind of a wimpy deal. You
Well,
know?
it was your first time.
Well, true, but still look at the punishment your body goes through. Lean out. Now, that's where I'm lining everything up. I'm getting a good idea. Get back in, get in a good seat. Here we go. I'm rolling, now I'm up. Now, there's the landing. There's the back part of it.
Did your head hit the wheel?
I don't think so. I never, of course, who would know? It
Look
looks
at
like
you looking at the camera.
it was kind of exciting, wasn't it, Gallaway?
He's saying, did I do that?
I'm not sure. It felt like I could have, you could have driven a truck underneath it, how high it was. But it was great, Ken. It's got to be the highlight of my career.
Well, so much for the rookies. We're going to take a look at a real seasoned pro, Jim Kramer, who does this for a living, not a hobby. Down on the track right now in Bigfoot. Bigfoot, of course, is the founding father. Every time I see Bigfoot, I think of that Clint Eastwood movie. What was it, Every Which Way But Loose? where I guess Bigfoot rose to national esteem, and its birthplace is right here in St. Louis.
The actual first movie was Take This Job and Shove It.
Johnny Paycheck sang the song.
Sang the song, and that was the first movie that this truck appeared in. And, you know, gosh, they've done continuous movies. They just finished a new one. Now, he's going to go for a distance jump. They shortened the launch area. Doesn't have a whole lot of room to go. But there's not much shutdown on the other end. Right in the middle of the track is a big concrete pillar.
Yeah, he would try to avoid that, I would think.
No doubt.
Well, Bigfoot will now...
Standing stop. Here he goes. Jump time.
Whoa!
Beautiful.
Whoa! One bouncing off.
Get on the brakes and shut it down. Beautiful job. Outstanding. Now, the tape comes out.
Looks like he put his front tires down in the middle or end of that fourth car, and that's where they're measuring right now at center track.
It's about the right at the fender, far fender of the fourth car.
Got 4 cars in before those front tires came down.
Now, they probably don't have 25 feet of starting area. Look at the short launch area. He's on the throttle hard and hits the cars, flying, and they're looking at where the rear tires landed.
And then get on to brake jig.
You bet.
Well, whatever was ailing Fred Shafer in is now fixed. And Bearfoot, I guess, will now move to the standing start that Bigfoot performed so admirably.
Well, he's one down going into this, Ken, so he's got to come on strong.
Mike, just watching him now, he's got a little bit of a flare coming out of the left side of his engine.
All right, just the setup. An alcohol-burning Chevrolet. He's probably the only man I know of that runs this kind of a motor in a monster truck. Hard hitting, big horsepower motor.
This is a new truck, so obviously there's some bugs that have to be worked out of it.
But new setup on the clutch. He's running a flipper clutch, all race type stuff. But he's good. He knows what that truck can do. As you said, though, learning process is still going on.
This should be his event because it is a race.
Good start. Now off hard turn. A good turn. Good turn. Still in good shape. Here he comes. Beautiful job. He's on it. High in the air. Lands good.
Great.
Hold on. Oh,
great.
That's down. Great.
Off the cars, full throttle, and then hitting the brake.
Shuts it down. Good job. Now he's going to come back. Got the jump. He still has to make his jump. A short launch area, but I think Fred, you know, on this situation, with the big horsepower motors he's got, this jump situation is really going to help him. He's got a big horsepower. The motor's going to come to life in a hurry. He's got a lot of instant speed, and maybe what he needs.
A lighter truck, I think, would have an advantage here. Wouldn't you think, Mike?
No doubt. Jim Kramer has came back into the arena, and he will be watching Fred. Clear the tunnel area out. This is where it gets exciting. It's put up, shut up time. Listen to the big motor bark. 23.6 is the footage that they're giving us.
23.6 is what he's got to be.
And this is a standing, short run jump. And he's going to the right-hand side of the cars.
I think he's done it.
He has ripped the door off of it. He blew the doors off
Fred
of it.
Shafer has blown the doors off, but I think he has done it. And just looking from where they're going to measure, he has. Fred Shafer.
Now, you know what this boils down to? Who won that time competition?
That's right.
That is the key factor. Bigfoot won the freestyle. Fred has won the jump. But who won that freestyle?
Well, we'll have to wait as the officials tally up the points. But Fred Shafer from Pontoon Beach, Illinois, has really come back in a gutsy show and has put on a display for this crowd. Fred Shafer left nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing on the line.
Here's what I thought happened. He had the power, and he had a lightweight truck. He really hit the cars hard. He's flying, but look at this landing. Watch the door. Ripped off the side of it. Now, hard on the brakes. Fred is really, really trying hard to shut it down, and does.
Yes, he does.
It was a good job, but, you know, that's where that big horsepower, high alcohol burning Chevrolet come into play.
Boy, is that an exciting truck. It really is an exciting truck. The Bearfoot Racer and Fred Shafer.
It's the truck of the future.
Mike Gallaway, Fred Shafer sure put on a show after having a little problem going to the truck for some parts. He comes back and he wins the Battle of the Monster Trucks tonight.
I should say so.
As a matter of fact, the man of the hour, the pride of Pontoon Beach, Illinois, is trackside. Congratulations, Fred.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What happened down there? You broke something in the steering?
The power steering belt broke, and it was only 3 weeks old. I guess I'm going to have to put double belts on it because it really shouldn't have did that.
But you had parts in your car, I guess, or in your truck, huh?
Yeah, we try and keep all that kind of stuff like that just in case it would happen. Although, like I said, the belt was brand new.
I would think in this kind of competition that you have a distinct advantage having a lighter truck. It seems, particularly in jumping, to be a bit of an advantage.
Yes, it is. For the last few years, I've had a disadvantage with a heavy truck, and then so now, you know, maybe things will start going a little bit more my way with the Barefoot Racer.
Well, watch the monitor down on the track, and Mike Gallaway and I would like you to lead us through this jump. Mike, it was an incredible jump for Fred.
Oh, Fred, excellent job. What's happening? Short runway here.
Well, I'm, of course, got the pedal to the metal, and I'm shifting my Lincoln about now and trying to get as good a launch as I can. And you see, for a short distance, it was pretty good.
Look how hard it gets in the air.
Fred, you blew the doors off.
Blow the doors off.
That's easily fixed, though, I take it.
Hey, Fred, one of the things I'm noticing about these tires, and I don't know whether you've got to see enough video to notice that, they are not collapsing all the way to the rim. So the other Terry tires, when you hit them and land on them, they collapse so that the rim was actually on the ground.
Right.
Are you noticing it in the ride when this truck lands that these tires aren't collapsing that bad?
Yeah, right now I'm still experimenting with the air pressure because the tires are brand new, and so we're still messing around with that, and that's a sharp eye, Mike. You're a pretty sharp man to notice that.
Well,
we think so.
Fred, congratulations. You know, an outstanding job, and hey, it's been a long time coming.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you, Fred. We appreciate your time. Go on home and feed the bears, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Fred Shafer, the winner in Barefoot tonight in the Battle of the Monster Trucks.